Happy Wednesday. Wonderful to be here with you all today. And yeah, we'll get into the body, focus a bit on some neck, shoulder stuff and some core, get in the legs, a little bit of everything. And Enor is here with us to play some music. Hey, E. Streaming with sound today, hopefully. Yeah. All right. So take any movements or props that you need to be easy in a seat for a bit. And as you feel comfortable to, begin to draw your awareness inward. Breath by breath, deepen and lengthen your breath. Simply focus on the sensations of breath. Let's begin with that. Focus at the tip of the nostrils. Notice the breath cool as it enters the body. And the breath warm as it departs. See if you can sense those tiny little hairs at the tip of your nostrils, moving in the breeze of your breath. Continue to follow that path of breath down through your throat. Really sense into the sensations in your throat as you breathe in and out in those subtle changes. Draw your breath the length of your spine. Breathe your back body. Drawing the breath in, pouring down the spine, filling up from bottom to top, and pouring back out from top to bottom like a vase. Notice thoughts or sensations that arise as you breathe. Whatever arises, welcome that into the stream of your breath, acknowledging whatever's there, whatever wants attention right now, and also guiding the awareness back to sensation of breath rising up the spine, pouring back down the spine. Whatever else is happening in the world or not today, whatever arises, so it is. And we pause to simplify breath, awareness, physical form. The last percentages of this moon as it fades to the dark moon. blanket of clouds here in Northern California. We're invited to reflection, invited to the sacred pause, to be present for ourselves, to be caring and compassionate with ourselves, with whatever is arising, with whatever wants to move through. I invite you today to be curious, open, and receptive in your curiosity. What is the communication from your body-mind today? What is the communication from nature around you today? Among the cycles of nature, spring, the moon. What is arising that wants your attention? What wisdom is arising from this special time that we're in? May we open with curiosity, with wonder, with compassionate, non-judgmental awareness. Let the breath continue to deepen and lengthen, rising and falling the length of your spine. Notice the subtle effects of breath within the spine itself. Begin to expand awareness out from the spine to the crown of the head and to your root, to the bowl of the skull and the bowl of the pelvis. As much as you can, feel that they are directly above and below each other, mirroring one another, creating sort of the caps of your torso. Breath in through the crown of the head, down the spine into your root. Breath rising up from your root, through the spine and up and out through the crown of the head. Continue to sense into that central channel of your body. Let the awareness expand even further out into the sky, into space, down to the earth that you sit upon, down deep through the crust and the mantle of the earth, the water, the soil, the stones, the crystals, the fire at the center of the earth. Feeling yourself, a clear channel for life force, your physical form, and then the wonder of where your body ends, where your awareness can go to, imagining up and out through sky and space, and down and in through earth to the magma. Lifing itself in and out of form. Lila, the divine play of life, consciousness, investigating, playing with what it is to be alive in this body right now, in this time, here together. Welcoming the curiosity, the wonder, the lila. Remembering ourselves, consciousness at play, creation, curious about its creation, you, at play with the possibilities. That breath be any longer and fuller now as you really open with wonder to the expansive self, the vast, infinite, mysterious self. Bring the hands together at the heart. Press into the palms and use that press to work your shoulders onto the back. Lift your heart to your hands. Breathe and repeat your heart's yes. All the effort and energy of this practice nourish the heart's yes. May it strengthen you in body, mind, and spirit. May it expand your sense of self on all levels of being. May we open with curiosity and wonder to what this practice, what this time, what this embodied experience wants to discover through us. Exhale and pour your breath out. Empty as completely as you can. Inhale your heart's yes, your intention. If you will, join me 3 ohms. Big inhale at your heart center. Interlace the hands as you exhale. Press the palms forward. Pull your navel back around through the spine. All of the breath out. Inhale. Press and Reach the palms up to the sky, palms up, and wiggle up out of the waist, big full breath. Inhale here as you exhale, side bend, turn your face down. Soft jaw. Letting go breath. Next, inhale back up. Wiggle up and other side. 3 breaths, face down, letting go. Soft mouth. Inhale back up tall, and exhale, reach the hands out, just straight out from your shoulders. And draw the fingers back as strongly as you can as you spread the fingers wide. Arms straight out to the side, fingers draw back like you're saying stop on either side of you. David, like you're trying to stop, yeah, both of those people, just stop it, all right? And draw the fingers back, press through the wrist. Inhale here and curl pinky in, ring finger in, middle finger in, first finger and thumb. Now like you're holding 2 bottles, pour them down, and then let's roll on through. Switch directions. And stop. Thumb in. Really lots of muscular action. And then first finger in, middle finger, ring finger, pinky finger, curl the wrist down, pour your bottles out, and roll on through. Welcome, Jamie. It's good to see you. Hi. And inhale, arms up, Kali Mudra, fingers interlace, first finger extends to the sky, and squeeze your head with your upper arms and shoulders. Inhale, reach up, 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 squeeze. And exhale, soft jaw, arms down, roll your shoulders, roll your mouth. And since we're working with that chamatkara today, the curiosity, the wonder, I invite you to bring in that wow, 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 and say wow if you will, and just experiment with your brain. Wow, wow, wow. And we'll switch directions. Wow, 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 it's wow both ways. Wow. Fingers out to the side, right ear heavy to the shoulder. Really press down strongly through your fingers, root them into the earth. And inhale that left side with the right shoulder moving down. No, right ear heavy, sorry, left shoulder reaching down. And slowly nod there towards your left shoulder. And towards the sky, open your jaw. Slowly towards the shoulder. Lots of muscular action, really push down through those left fingers. Couple more. Chin to chest, shoulders on the back. Hold your blanket or squeeze the palms behind you. Inhale, breathe into the back of the neck. Hands out to the side. Root strong into the fingers. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale, heavy left ear. Push down through those right fingers. Big breaths in the nose, and as you exhale, chin towards that right shoulder, and little slow nods with lots of muscular action in the fingers, rooting down, shoulder pulling down. Squeeze onto your support and breathe the back of the neck there. If you'd like, you could roll right ear to the right shoulder, chin back to center, roll the left ear to the left on back to center for a moment. Clasp your hands, or you can fold them one over the other, and push into your chin as you press back into your chin. So chin and clasp with hands, push into one another, and use that press resist to move the ears back over the shoulders. We want the chin to stay parallel with the earth here. Press resist and breathe. And release. And give everything a little fluid roll out there. And come on to lie on your back. Take your block with you. Release the block in a moment here. First, with the head on the floor, let's turn the head as far as you can onto one ear. Pull that other shoulder down and away. Slow and steady, release muscular effort. Come on back through center. And far as you can onto that other ear. Root the other shoulder down and away into the earth. Come to center, bring the block between your thighs so the short end is facing you, right up high. Squeeze onto the block. Bring your elbows to the earth alongside of you with the elbows bent. Hands face one another. Squeeze onto your block. Keep the sacrum down for now. Pull your low ribs down. Press into your elbows. Squeeze the shoulders on the back. Lift the chest. Pull those low ribs down. Pull your navel down. Lift the chin so you're right on the center back of the head, behind the ears, and push into the center back of the head. Push into the elbows. Squeeze the shoulders on the back and lift the chest as bright as you can. Inhale. Exhale, release the chest back down. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders, press into center back of the head, press into elbows, work shoulders on the back, puff up the chest, and exhale, melt it down. 3 more. Keep pressing into elbows, shoulders, and center back of the head. Inhale, squeeze your block and lift your hips. Come on up into bridge. Let's interlace the hands behind you. Fingers interlace, squeeze the palms together. Rock side to side, get your shoulders on the back. And lift your chin. Press into the back body. Puff up your chest with breath. Big full breaths. Open jaw, open throat, try to vibrate your heart. Long ah. Exhale, breathe your heart's yes. Inhale. Ah. Big inhale, lift it up. Release your hands. Exhale, come on down. Squeeze onto your block and lift your legs up to the sky. Squeeze, squeeze that block, keep that going. Have the arms in any way that keeps your shoulders strongly on the back. Head and shoulders on the floor. Squeeze the block, inhale. As you exhale, pull the navel back, lift your heels. And rest, sacrum on the floor. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And then exhale, reach past your toes. Same thing, every exhale, navel back, pulse for 10. Inhale, open back to the earth a moment. Squeeze, squeeze that block. And next exhale, we're gonna reach the arms and the sacrum up. Interlace the hands
hands behind your head, lay your head back down, elbows wide. Keep the elbows wide, shoulders on the back, squeeze your block, bend to your knees. Inhale here. As you exhale, curl your sacrum up, curl your shoulders up. Inhale here. As you exhale, hug the elbows or head to, yeah, that's what I meant, and reach the elbows past one of your thighs. Hold 3, navel back, hold 2, hold 1. Inhale, open back to the earth. Another big inhale. As you exhale, curl sacrum and shoulders up. Inhale. As you exhale, draw the elbows together and over to the other side. Sacrum and shoulders stay up. Hold 3, navel back. Inhale, open center. Again, exhale, curl up. Inhale, exhale, rotate. Inhale, open center. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, exhale, reach, rotate 3. Inhale, open. Once again, each side. Inhale, open back to the earth. Squeeze onto your block. Lift your hips up. Interlace the hands behind you. Big bright lift of your heart. Puff up the chest. Lift the chin. Really press strong into the center, back of the head. Get that cervical curve strengthening. One more big inhale. Follow your exhale to release your hands and ripple on back down. And let's bring the block now so that the long, narrow face is facing you. Actually, let's put that aside for a moment. We're going to build up to that one. So knees up again, straight above the hips, heels straight out from the knees. And bring your hands to the heads of your femurs. So the strong part of your palm right up into your groin crease. And press, resist. Push those femurs away and resist that, pressing the legs back into the hands. So lots of isometrics today already. Great core work there. Press, resist, navel back. Go ahead and just take a pause there, lots of breath, and let's bring the block into play here. So same shape with the legs, block on the middle of the legs, or just above that really, not quite the middle of the femur, and then elbows to your block. Press elbows into block, block back into elbows, hands to the sky. Squeeze, squeeze, press, resist, navel back. Head is up for more work. Head is down if you need to. Stay here, or see if you can extend the right leg out at about a 45-degree. Switch sides if you're doing the side to side. Whee! Come on back. Put your block off to the side. And let's bridge up with the arms alongside of you for this one. Squeeze the shoulders on the back again. Lift your chin. Press into the back body. Lift your hips. Inhale, lift the right foot to the sky and pull up from that right foot to lift even higher. And now put your corset on. Really knit the ribs and hips together. Zip up, pubic bone to navel. Try to keep that connection of ribs and hips, core engaged. Inhale, exhale. Lower that leg, the hip down. So leg stays straight up, but the hips lower down without disconnecting. See if you can feel the difference of just dropping the hips, that's that one, or keeping ribs and hips connected, lowering the torso down. That. Let's keep going. Inhale up. One more. Going for 10 there. And yeah, there's another side. Press strong into your elbows, rest as needed. Bridge up when you're ready. Engage into your glutes. Lift your chest, lift your chin, push into that center back of the head, strong neck. Inhale, left leg up, flex those toes back, reach, pull up from that left leg, inhale. Knit your ribs and hips, zip up the core, inhale, exhale down. Woo. Come on down. Step your feet as wide as your mat. Inhale, both knees to one side as you stretch the arms up. Exhale, navel back, knees through center. Inhale, knees to the other side. Stretch it out. Exhale, through center. Let your breath lead. Stretch out all that you just toned there. Keeping a nice balance. Invite back the curiosity in your breath. What was activated? What feels yummy right now? What wants attention right now? Listening with curious breath. And let's roll on over to your side that is facing the camera and slide your left or bottom hand just forward of the shoulder, slide it in, and let your shoulder really shrug up here. So we're gonna get into stretching out those lats and side waist muscles that we just toned, and roll towards the floor. And roll towards the sky. You can add to this by stepping that top foot forward. You can push into that top leg. Press it away to get more eccentric connection there. And please stay with that as you like, nice and mellow there. Or with foot about mid-thigh, as you're able, really scoop that bottom shoulder blade down the back now and lift the chest up. Inhale as you exhale, push into your feet, bring your right hand to your upper inner thigh. Push, or top hand to that upper inner thigh. Bottom foot is flexed, press into that top thigh. Pull the navel back as you exhale, curl in, look towards the earth. Inhale, push into both feet and stretch that top arm up overhead. Lift the hip as high as you can. Exhale, come back down, hand to thigh, push into thigh, navel back, drop that hip down. Get that nice side body stretch there with some twist. Exhale, squeeze it out. Inhale, push into your feet, lift your hips, stretch that top arm overhead. And let's do 3 more of those. Exhale, roll in. Inhale, lift up with your breath. Come on down and just spin around in your seat or whatever you'd like to get to second side. And again, pretty mellow at first. We're gonna come on to that bottom hand, hand forward of the shoulder a bit, and really shrug that shoulder up so you get a nice big side body opening. As inspired, top foot could step in front and push that thigh away as you keep the shoulder shrugging and rotate, face chest towards the ground and towards the sky, or looking back behind you, however that feels best. Again, stay with that as you like, or stand that foot about midway with the bottom thigh. Scoop that bottom shoulder down and lift the heart up. Press into your feet and that top thigh and lift on up. Bring that hand to the head of your femur there, inner upper thigh. Press in, exhale as you pull your navel back and curl in. Inhale, push into your feet, lift that top hip as high as you can and stretch that arm forward. Big bright side body breath with your inhale. As you exhale, come on back, press in, drop that hip down, spiral towards the earth. Inhale, press, lift up. With your breath, 3 more. And this time, come on through downward dog. Take a moment in down dog to bicycle your feet or wag your tail as you like. Really pull back from your navel. Strong, strong core work here. Pull the navel back, pull your hips back. Lengthen up out of your wrists and hands. Nonetheless, continue to claw your wrists and hands. Inhale, stretch back. Exhale, bend into the knees. Pull the hips back to the heels. And inhale, lift from the navel and ripple forward into plank. Inhale, exhale, bend the knees, pull your hips back to your heels, lift your hips and ripple on through plank. Inhale, exhale, bend the knees. So nice fluid spine, rolling through. Two more. Back again like you were going to do it again, knees bent, and keep pulling back strongly from the core there. Lengthen out. Find the tilt of your pelvis where your sacrum is pretty flat, like we could put a bowl of soup on your sacrum here. Try to keep the sacrum that flat and pick one knee up. Walk it forward. Keep the sacrum that flat. Pick the other knee up. Walk it forward. Hands walk forward as needed. You're a creature now. You're a bull-carrying creature. Keep that sacrum level. Cross crawl. Step back really, really slowly. Oh, I might have just spilled a little soup there. And stepping back. And just play with it, little forward and back. Keeping the sacrum as level as you can. Come on down, hands and knees. Inhale, open cow. Exhale, round cat. With your breath, opening to cow, rounding into cat. Strong hands, strong core. Turn your toes under, soften the heart. Inhale. As you exhale, pick your right knee up, pick both knees up, and then pick the right foot up. And press that foot open towards Wild Thing, or all the way into Wild Thing. Inhale, stretch it out. Exhale, come on back. Land the knees. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, neutral spine, strong core, toes under. Exhale, knees up. Pick that left knee up. Press it open. Step it back behind the right. Squeeze your glutes, lift your hips. Wild Thing, inhale. As you exhale, come on back. Down to the knees. Inhale, open cow. Exhale, round cat. Strong hands, strong core, lift the knees up. Pick that right knee up. That might be the other right. And then step back, press down, squeeze glutes, lift hips. And slow and steady, bring it on back, using that core. Rooting down to the knees, cow, cat. Neutral spine, strong core, lift the knees. Inhale, second side, foot up. Step it back, squeeze it open. Follow your breath, exhale back. Take your time, really steering with the core, slow and steady. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Neutral spine, inhale, strong hands. Last one, toes under, lift. Right foot up. Step it back. Squeeze and open up. Exhale back. Cow. Catch. Strong hands, toes under, hover the knees. Inhale, lift that left knee or foot, step back. Come on back. Cow and cat. Release the toes and press your hips back. Rotate your palms up and your thumbs towards the sky as much as you can. Bring the palms together, bend into your elbows and walk the elbows forward. Stretch through your triceps, reach your heart to earth. Brahmari or bee's breath here for 3. Forward onto the crown of your head. Reach back and hold your heels or ankles. Tuck your chin a lot and press into the crown of the head as you squeeze your shoulders on, as you lift the hips and spread your shoulders away from each other. Breathe into that space between your shoulders. Keep lifting hips as you hold heels or ankles and press into the crown of your head like Tadasana for your neck. Strong neck. Exhale and release your hips back to your heels. Interlace the hands on your sacrum, palms together. Squeeze and pull that lift of the palms to the sky. Come back to the crown of your head. Little bend in the elbows, squeeze the shoulders, pull the hands up as high as you can and overhead towards the floor. Any little movements here are welcome. Keep those toes curled under. Inhale, pull up from the hands and roll on up to sit on your toes. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, tongue to chin, eyes to the sky, lion's breath. Let's go 4 more of those. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, squeeze your breath out. You might squeeze the shoulders and elbows together as you do that. Next, inhale, keep the elbows bent as they are alongside and scoop the elbows forward to lift your chest and come up. If you'd like to here, squeeze onto a block. So Elizabeth, this is a point where we could play with that neutral pelvis thing. So maybe not that transition all ready to go. You could go there if you'd like. Otherwise, use your block to really squeeze onto. And then feel like you're trying to spin the block back behind you. Stick your booty out. And then go ahead and lengthen tailbone. Lift the navel. So we're not rolling the block forward. We're not pressing the hips or thighs forward like that yet. But we're spinning back. You're trying to keep that block spinning back even as we neutralize the pelvis, tail down, navel up. And then we want to move the hips forward without spinning the thighs forward, without throwing our block forward or the low back in. So again, squeeze your block, spin back, drop the tailbone down, lift your navel, and then reach your hips forward, keeping the block in that neutral. Good, hands to hips, press the hips down, and lengthen, lift up out of the waist. You could use your hands to keep rooting the hips there. Keep hugging into the block. Try to keep that neutral sacrum, even as we find the big back bend here. And pull those low ribs into the back body. Next inhale, right arm up. And flow it back. You could come back to holding your hips, or back toes could come under, hold your heels. Or if you've got more space, don't worry about it. Hold your heels. As you're ready, second side, reach it up. and back. Press into the earth, squeeze your shoulders on the back. Lift your heart, lengthen. Keep hugging that block, attempting to keep that neutral pelvis even here. Try to lengthen the spine in both directions. Oh, my block is slipping. Inhale, lift up through your heart as you're ready. Maybe keep your block between your thighs as you bring the hands to the earth and toes under, up and back, down dog. You could just rest on the knees as needed, or down dog a few breaths. Squeezing the block and spin it back. Lengthen the tailbone, lift your navel, relax your neck. Last inhale as you exhale, ripple on forward, back to the knees, toes on the floor, roll on up. Again, squeeze onto your block, spin it back behind you, and then lengthen tailbone, lift the navel. Try to keep that neutral pelvis without spinning thighs forward, moving hips forward as you press down into them and lengthen your spine in both directions. Stay right there, or left arm up, lead with your second side, flow it back. Wherever your breathful edge is here, lengthening the spine in both directions, pull those low ribs back, throat back, long back of the neck. Keep that little dip in the chin, shoulders squeezing, long back of the neck. Stay longer here, sit on your knees, or squeeze your block. Come forward again, a few breaths. In down dog, spin that block back. Lengthen tailbone out, down through your heels. Lift your toes, maybe. And engage through the core like you're trying to stretch your mat out long there. Begin to walk your hands towards your feet or your feet towards your hands. It's up to you. Keep your block there if you've got it. Hug into the block as you roll on up. I'm going to adjust my camera. Keep hugging onto your block. Come up to stand. Block real or imaginary here. It's up to you. But squeeze onto that block and again spin it back. And then lengthen your tailbone down. Lift your navel and pull those lower ribs back. Again, look for that alignment that we began with, the bowl of the skull and the bowl of the pelvis directly mirroring one another. Keep squeezing the block and see if you can keep that even as we bend the knees and sink down. Bowl of the skull, bowl of the pelvis mirroring one another. Hands could come to your hips or arms to the sky. And we're going to begin to switch that orientation here as you reach hips back and arms forward. Ardha Utkatasana, long spine. Again, they're mirroring each other, just different orientation. Stretch it out, reach forward as you pull hips back. Inhale as you exhale, fly the arms back, push into your feet and forward fold. Interlace the hands behind you, squeeze the palms together. Give the head a little nod or roll around there. Keep squeezing that block, sink the seat back down, pull with the hands and open back up. Again, looking for that neutral spine. Tailbone down, ribs back, pelvis and bowl of the skull in alignment with each other, arms up, and sink it low. Inhale, press and rise, standing back bend. Exhale, swan dive. You can remove your block, put it off to the side, but we're going to pretend we still have it and step the left foot back so you're in a right leg lunge. Squeeze those inner thighs together, hug onto your block, push down through that standing foot and rise up, hands to hips. Bend the back knee as much as you need to, find that neutral pelvis again. Tailbone down, navel up. Bowl of the skull, bowl of the pelvis mirroring one another. Hands to the hips. Try to keep that neutral pelvis even as you reach that back heel back. Stay here as you like, or arms could come to the sky. You could hook your thumbs or clasp your hands and then make like you're trying to pull that apart. Notice if your low ribs popped out, booty popped out, and draw those low ribs back, tailbone down, alignment there, nice and clear. Crown of the head, bowl of the pelvis, mirroring each other. Maybe sink lower into your hips as you reach up higher through the arms, low ribs back, ears and shoulders back. Coming into a back bend now, or keeping that neutral alignment. You still want neutral pelvis, but the head is moving away. Nice long arch through the spine. Continue deep full breaths, curious breaths. How far back can you go and keep that neutral pelvis? Keep that long neck. Keep that breathfulness. Slowly melt the back knee down to the earth. Any edge of back bend here. Squeeze onto your block. Yes, your imaginary block. Last big inhale as you exhale. Opposite arm as your front leg wide. Bend deep into that back knee as you sink deep into the front knee. Reach back for that back ankle or foot. Use the hold of that foot, squeeze your shoulders on the back, lift your heart, and lay back. Slide the ears back over the shoulders. Pull those low ribs back to engage in the core. Deep full breaths in the nose, out the mouth. Keep a hold of that if you like, maybe keeping a hold of it and spiraling, bowing inside that front leg. Release the back foot and stretch the front leg long. Hands can be inside that front leg. Draw the toes back and feel like you're trying to drag that heel back. And let's give a little swing of the hips there, relax the neck. Come on back inside the front leg. A few options here. You could simply step back to plank. You could bring one hand behind that front ankle, one in front. Press in, get the shoulder underneath. Take pause here and some hip opening. Back toes can be under, lift the back leg to go deeper. Stay there with the knee or back of the knee as high as you can on your shoulder, tricep. And stay with that, the hip opening, or claw the fingers, hands wide as the shoulders, and scoot that front leg forward as you squeeze in, maybe pick both feet up. Hold steady here, or maybe fly that leg back, move on through your vinyasa. Inhale, stretch it out, down dog or child's pose, a few breaths. Walk or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Hug in muscles to bones. Let's interlace the hands on the base of the head. Pull the head long, tucking the chin a bit. Breathe into the back of the neck. Inhale, hug the feet to the earth and muscles to bones, and begin to roll on up. Take your time at the top. Elbows wide. Press the head back into the hands. Pick the head up out of the neck. Keep working, elbows wide, shoulder blades together on the back, lengthening up through the neck. Try to keep that long back of the neck, extend the arms up. Find that neutral pelvis, tailbone down. The tailbone's always gonna lift up a bit, so we're not totally trying to tug too much there. We just don't wanna pop it all up and back. We wanna keep that core zipped up, pubic bone to belly button. Low ribs, pull back and sink low. Keep sinking low, press into your feet and dive. Clasp the hands behind you, squeeze the palms, and relax the neck. Sink into your seat, swoop your fingers, open up, Utkatasana. Sink low in the seat, exhale all the breath out. Inhale, press and rise, standing back bend. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, hop forward, fold. And exhale, fold. Step your right foot back, steer in a left leg lunge. Hug in, muscles to bones. And as you're ready, rise up, hands to the hips. Pull front hip back, back hip forward. Push the hips down. Again, bend the back knee as much as you need to lengthen tailbone down. Lift navel up. And draw the low ribs back in line with your hips. And your ears back in line with shoulders. Bend that front knee deeply. Moving the knee right over the ankle. Thigh moving towards parallel with the earth. And then try to keep that pelvis as neutral as you can and shine that back heel back. Big breaths in the nose, out your mouth. Stay there, try to keep that strong foundation. Stretch your arms up, hook thumbs or clasp hands, and then pull in whatever hold you've got. Work the shoulders on the back. Stretch and reach from heel through fingers. Hug into center. Shine out from that strong hug in. Keep squeezing and keep that alignment as long as you can. Ears in line with shoulders, throat moves back, low ribs pull back. Keep bending into the front knee, sacrum fairly neutral, reaching up out of the hips there. Find any edge of back bend. And then slowly melt that back knee down, 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 down. To the earth and land. Any edge of back bend here. Squeeze onto your block. When you're ready, opposite arm is your front leg, down and wide. Scoop the shoulders down the back. That front foot can heel toe wide. And then maybe reach up and back for that back foot. Hold on to the foot. Squeeze your shoulders on the back. Lift the heart. Slide your ears back over the shoulders. Pull those low ribs back. Smile into your hips. Bending deep into that front knee. Keep a hold of that back foot if you did on the other side, or if you're able to on this side. Spiral in, bow in. And release that as you like. Hands inside that front leg. Push into that front foot and stretch the hips back. Maybe draw your toes back and drag that heel back and pull your hip back and begin to swing your hips side to side. Really active toes here, really dragging that heel back. Breathing your hamstrings. And. Curious breaths. What's happening in the body now? How's everything feeling? Are you ready for one more little burst? If you are, you could watch or you could listen carefully. I'm going to go through a pretty big move here. So I'll give some options, but let me do the full thing first. So as you're ready, you can swoop back. I feel like I skipped something there. I'm watching it to see if I skipped anything. No. Okay, so when you're ready, up and back. It'll be like so, down dog. We're just playing with shapes we've made already. And bringing the right foot up, step back. You could go into wild thing or hovering, almost wild thing. Inhaling there. As you exhale, pull that foot back into the core and knee in. We're gonna take that leg cross body, press it out to the side. Lots of you have done this with me before. That leg could also land as needed. This could be a little grounding moment. So there's the mellow variation. When you're ready, up and over. Again, it could be full wild thing. You could have this other knee down like we did earlier, or it could be a hovering wild thing as you inhale. As you exhale, again, pulling back, cross body, reaching out like a side plank variation. With your breath, we're gonna do 3, we're gonna do 5 more. So you'll do 5 total on each side as you're ready. Beautiful, everyone looks great. Yeah, awesome. So take your time. Once you're done with that, you can move through a vinyasa. You could rest in down dog or child's pose. Anything you need to do there, if you want to stretch out your hands, regain your breath, give yourself a little more challenge. What would you like to do here? Between sides. Imagine into it. Go for it. If you want to, begin next set, second side, a little sooner when you're ready. Down dog, opposite leg to the sky. Press and open that hip and maybe hover, maybe picking that front hand up. Back toes hover, maybe land, wild thing. That's the top of your inhale as you exhale. Pull on back, knees to the nose and send it cross body. Rest as needed, open into that side plank as able. Going for 5 again. Or whatever you did on the other side. Take your time. On your last one, I'm going to invite you to switch it up. So on your last one with knee to the nose, you can come into your side plank for a moment there. And then bring that leg to the floor, hands to the floor. Square your hips and shoulders to the floor. Bring that bottom foot up to hip height. Hips and shoulders square and slow and steady. Lower, lower, lower your hips down. Bend the knees. So you're pinwheeling the legs and lift and turn away from the legs. Rest your head on the arm that you're moving away from. Arm of the side that you're moving away from. Rest your head on whatever you need. If you want to, you could add more. Reaching back with your laying down arm for the opposite foot. So, right hand, left foot, left hand, right foot, either way. Breathing that rotation. Deep, full breaths in the nose, out the mouth. Curious breaths, feeling all that aliveness in your body. Use your mind, channel it to your heart's yes, breathe, and repeat your heart's yes. Last big inhale, huge, huge as you can. As you exhale, letting go breath. Follow your inhale next to drape on up and pull the knees into your core and flip legs on over to your other side. Knee out to the side, legs are pinwheeled. Press in, lift and spiral. Shoulders down, inhale, lengthen and keep walking away from the legs whenever you're ready. Rest your head on that arm, the side that you're walking away from. Maybe reach the bottom hand back for your bottom foot. Big, big, curious breaths. Breath in the nose. Where can that breath go? Where can it go a little more? Where are you not feeling the breath? How's behind the heart? How's the bottom tip of that top lung? stay there as you like. When you're ready, you'll use an exhale to press into earth and drape on up and swoop that opposite leg around. So we're going to stack the knees up here, go Mukhasana knees. Adjust the camera down. Coming to sit. And press into your feet or just walk forward with your knees crossed as much as you can. Get your business in place there. Tilt the pelvis back and then come back. So you want that little tilt of the pelvis and weight on the front or edge of your sits bones. If you're rolled back, please get your hips lifted higher so you can roll the pelvis forward. Hug into that top knee, lift your heart. Pause here as you drop the weight as evenly into your sits bones as you can. Stay with that or inhale, arms up. Same arm as your top leg, wrap over the top and give yourself a big, big hug. Cross the arms over as far as they go. Hold your shoulders or shoulder blades and then pull elbows down. Pull your shoulders down. Receive the weight of your arms and that nervous system calming that the crossing the limbs gives you. We've got all these crosses here. Stay with that. Or you could reach the elbows forward, rest on the elbows or forward. Or you could use that cross over the arms to spiral. Eagle arms, back of the hands together, hold a thumb or palms together. Elbows up, shoulders down. Lift the heart and reach forward. Again, you could rest the elbows, head in the hands. Or you could hook the elbows, maybe, head in the arms. Lots of options there. Dial it back where you need. Lean into the edge where you're able. Deep, full breaths as you lean into that edge. Letting go. Please stay as you like or slowly unwind the arms and drape up. Give your neck, shoulders, mouth a nice roll out there. Keep the feet where they are, but let's bring the hands to either side of the top foot. Push into your feet and your hands, straighten the leg, and pivot. You could pause in a wide-legged stance, any little movements there. And as you're ready, keep walking towards the other side, full circle, and stack your knees up. Again, adjust as needed to help yourself get deeper, maybe walking forward or just pressing into the feet, rocking the pelvis forward. Hips back, and then little pull on feet or knees, low back in, heart lifted. Weight back into the sit bones. Letting go. Really invite yourself to land here. Rest as so. Or inhale, arms up, and same arm as your top leg is on top. Cross over, big, big hug. Walk the arms over as far as they can. Really hold the shoulders or shoulder blades and pull the elbows down. Receive that weight. Big hug. Again, you can move forward with that hug. Stay right there, just receiving that grounding. Or spiral, eagle arms, elbows up, shoulders down, and find your edge on this side. Could be different than the other side. Curious, go in, curious, curious breaths. What's different on this side? How's the breath? What wants attention? Bring the breath to wherever sensation is arising.
Take your time, unwind as inspired, roll on up, roll out the neck, shoulders, mouth. Feel into that space that you made there. And let's unwind the legs and give your feet a little windshield wiper there. You could give your kneecaps a little roll around, anything you need shaking out, whatever, to release tension there. And then I want to invite you to feet together, knees wide. If your knees are higher than your hip points here, the bones on the front of your hips, please sit up a little higher. Sit onto a folded blanket or pillow or something, block, whatever you need. And let's bring feet together, knees wide. Maybe pick up the flesh of your sit bones and put it on back behind you. Spiral your inseams towards the earth. Really working to get those femurs moving out, back, and away, spreading through the sacrum as we draw the lower back in and the heart forward. You could pull on your ankles or on the feet. If you do that, you could use the elbows to encourage the legs wider, or elbows on the front of the shins to press in and encourage your spine longer. You could stack up elbows and fists, or block and elbows and fists, whatever you need here. If you can, find a rest for your forehead. Bow into yourself. Big breaths in the nose to wherever sensation is arising. And breath out the mouth. Soft jaw and tongue. Bowing into yourself. Thank you, body. Breathful body. Stay bowing in there as you like, or slowly walk the hands up and drape up and pull your feet into any comfortable seat. Let's take a pause in a meditative seat. If you need to or want to, you are so welcome, of course, to find a final resting shape. Otherwise, take pause in meditative seat. Press into your thighs and lift through your heart. Press into the sits bones and lift through the crown of your head. And again, sense that alignment of the bowl of the skull and the bowl of the pelvis directly above and below each other. Let your spine float back in space and breathe your back body as though you had eyes in the back of your head. Imagine if you were to open your eyes, you'd be looking out the back of your head. Bring this much breathful awareness through your spine. Breathe and imagine a thread of life force is creating a clear line of energy all the way through your spine, all the way down through your roots, all the way up through your crown, all the way down into the earth, all the way up into the sky, out into space. Long, slow, deep breaths. As much as you can, maintaining that alignment. Continue long, slow, deep breaths and add in your mantra, your intention. Breathe your I am. You could inhale I, exhale M, inhale so, exhale hum, or inhale I am steady, expansive love. Exhaling that back out, wishing it into the world. And that's whatever your intention might be. I am vibrantly healthy, I am opening to curious wonderment. I'm ecstatically alive. I sense with reverence my interconnectedness, all of our interconnectedness. I am grateful, thriving, giving back. I dance this life with curious, wild abandon. I reside in compassionate, loving awareness. I am joyfully connected. You can slowly begin to dissolve any efforting of the breath and simply witness sky kissing this earth body, prana shakti, life force, breathing, this gift of embodiment. Life, lifing itself to you, through you, as you simply witness your breath, your awareness, the space between and beyond thought, perception. Rest in vast, spacious awareness. Rest in your seat or take a few minutes to just melt down and give your body heavy and relaxed to the earth. When and if thoughts arise, be curious not so much about the content of the thought, but about where that arises from, and about the space between and beyond it. In this practice, thought is seen as another sense. So receive thought without connecting or attaching to the content, in the same way that you would simply noticing sensation, scent, sound. There it is, and here I am, body on the earth, being breathed, life rising and falling in the waves that it does. Please stay in meditation or final resting as long as you are able to. Otherwise, I will slowly begin to invite us back together, back into the moment. Again, simply notice your breath and breath awareness into your back body. Breathe your spine. Breathe root to crown and back down. Feel the blessed container, vessel of your embodiment and your connection to earth and sky with wonderment. Where does your breath begin and end? Where does the sky begin and end? No questions, no answers, rather, simply wonder questions. Welcome the breath, invite it to deepen and lengthen. Draw the breath bright and full into your heart. Breathe and repeat your heart's yes. Make that breath so deep and full, your whole body vibrates with your yes to life. And begin to wiggle and sparkle that out through your fingers and toes and spiral through your wrists and ankles. And inhale and stretch the arms long overhead and reach through your feet and breathe your fullness. Follow any exhale if you're laying down to roll on over to your right and pause on your side. Wherever you're at, pause, bowing into your heart. Thank you, body. Thank you, body. Thank yourself for showing up today for all layers of being, with courage, with curiosity, with wonder. And follow any inhale to press into earth and drape up, tall spine. Exhale and touch the earth ground down, giving thanks to all those who walk this path with us, near and far, seen and unseen, embodied and not. Thank you to all that has brought us here on our path to this point in life with the power and wisdom and curiosity that we have. Thank you. Thank you to all of the teachers, gurus, and lineages who have handed these practices down. Follow your next inhale and gather up, energetically reach to the sky and bring the palms together and center and focus the energy of our practice down through the mind, seeing clearly, speaking truth down into heart present, steady, open, curious, with wonderment. Breathe and repeat your intention, your yes. May all of the effort and energy of this practice be for the greatest good, for ourselves, for those around us, and may it ripple out. May all beings benefit. May all beings be joyous and free and safe from harm. Exhale and pour your breath out. Inhale your heart's yes, if you will. Join me. One great Om to seal our practice. Om. to the light of your own heart, and to that same light within all beings. Namaste. And to the earth and her renewing and all the lessons of nature all around us. Thank you. Jai Ma. Yay, Mama. Back into our day and to the rest of the world. May you approach this day with curiosity and wonder. May it bring you great joy and bliss, even, maybe, or relief from thinking things are supposed to be one way or another. And I'll be here a couple minutes if you all have any questions or comments. Otherwise, I thank you for being here, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.